excited. Mentioning with
I have this color. What, that's a good color.
No, that's
what
amazing.
What color is that?
It's from the new Battle Pass.
Oh, is that the 23?
That's the 23
Man,
from the new Battle Pass.
Man, I'm waiting for the 23 for Cat. Where? Better be in the next Battle Pass.
I hope so. I want the. You know what I want? I want Vira to get something. I want her to get the sundress or the dress gown that she got. Either way, though, we're dressing for success with the Royal Regalia on the left side. The Lord Commander of Albion going up against the Holy Sword of Lumiel. CharCharRealSmooth versus Biskit to get our top 48 block going winner side here.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. Both of them open with dash attacks. Dash light coming out for Biskit, winning over CharChar's dash medium. Into the safe jump, went for the BC, but this is what I'm talking about, right? Like CharChar, you could tell he's trying to get back to offense. That's his goal, but it's because his offense is potent and he knows what to do. Now unlocking the install form, gonna have a lot more to work with. Tricky low, went for the mix-up and the 2-1-4M going over the Raging Strike. I'm actually surprised that didn't get anti-aired by the Raging Strike.
No, yeah, that's actually pretty. I've had a couple of times where I got hit by the Raging Strike there, so CharChar just doing a really good job, just making sure that he's able to fit that move in. Plus frames right here with the medium sword of Lumiel. CharChar bounding in and
again,
right back out.
This is probably the round.
Yeah, no, she's dead because you build the meter here, and that's Punishment Ray, and that's round 1 going to CharChar Zero.
Something I did see out of CharChar that I'm wondering if Biskit is going to know. In install form, one of Vira's best anti-airs is actually the 5U. On the way up, it anti-airs almost everything. CharChar tried it, but Charlotta's floaty jump kept her above it a little bit and wasn't able to actually get the hit. So we'll see if Biskit kind of takes note.
They already took note of the defensive habits of CharChar, like you were saying, wants to get back on offense as soon as possible. Get a chance right there, but baited the DP out earlier. I want to see if we get some more responses. Already responding to the 5-2 the second time around. Good match into the 2-2U conversion.
I really like that extension from Charlotta, the 2-2U. That's such a swag combo.
Yep,
good anti-air and got the 2-1-4H. That height was a little spooky. Gonna take the install just to be her best self. Oh no, but the 2H getting smoked by the 2-2U.
Yeah, it's always very tough to anti-air Charlotta. 2H is a very committal one, so they were able to get them right out of it with the 2-2U. Quick burst movement from Charlotta, really good in that instance.
Yeah, unfortunate too, because 2-2U on block is punishable.
Yep, Vira with a 6-frame close medium can get a big combo if they're able to read it, but read it and weep. Find yourself in the corner, but not reading the combo.
Unfortunately, so this is a weird Cat bias. Cat's one of the only characters where starting a combo with sweep does not add an additional point to combo limit. It creates an airborne combo, so the Vira route that CharChar would have normally used didn't work there.
Oh man.
Stealing the turn back. And remember, this refills all of her timers now, so she's going to get the whole ass combo.
Yep, used a lot of the heavy skills on that combo here. Looking for the noble execution.
Not going to do it.
Unfortunately, not going to work out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this isn't vanilla. That's punishable.
Yep. One of the exclusive patch notes for Charlotta, making sure to make that move a lot more punishable than it was at launch.
What, 5-frame startup? Couldn't safe jab it, couldn't punish it. Hit the top of the screen like jam session.
All right, here we go. We're already all the way to the east side part of the screen. Yeah, Charlotta with some great corner carry as meterless and gets the whole conversion here. Spend a little bit of our BP resource, and we're going to be able to get it right back here. 100 meter, spin the sword, and let's get going.
I really like that SBA usage because, as you said, refilled the SBA that was spent, and also CharChar wasn't sitting on 100 meter, so the risk that you're going to get immediately oopsied into SSBA and lose those 2 crystals back was relatively low. So really good spend decision there by Biskit, taking that first round.
Yeah, you'll really see Biskit shine in that corner position. And
vacuum hands!
Wow! Yeah, just in the face of Lumi. Funny enough, Charlotta can completely disregard that setup by using her parry, and if Vira's not the wiser and dodges it, she will be activated with the parry, and that was pretty wonky trying to get out of there.
A Marvel interaction.
Oh my god.
I think that was 2-2U. He actually tried to hop out of the command grab and punish it, but Charlotta's not airborne right away there.
Not taking the -1, knowing
yes,
that
there's that 5U anti-air, but you cannot safe jump with the falling the follow-up. You have to like fall into an actual normal, and that's definitely gonna kill. Yeah, do another one. Good spend. Not a full damage 236U there, but you didn't need one. You didn't have Raging Chain available because no crystal. So really good spend there by CharChar.
Yep, any hit is going to kill, any install especially. Oh, I love the H Demon Flip to go over the 6XL. Really, really strong tool, especially early on in the neutral phase.
This is how Biskit started the first round where he was able to take it. So let's see, 5M, not what you're looking for. Maybe that was supposed to be a Holy Ladder, but unfortunately didn't get the anti-air.
I can see these 5Us kind of throwing Biskit
The
for
ground
a
bounce
loop.
from the
my
air-to-air
God.
counter hit. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that ground bounce. I don't know if that's counter hit only. That was a sick pickup by CharChar.
Yep, counter hit only in the install state and the empty jump low. That's good, whatever form you in. And CharCharRealSmooth is looking real good, moving further into winner's side with a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I
over
told you
Biskit.
that was gonna be a high-paced match. Look how fast that was, and that was a back-and-forth match. That wasn't a blowout. That was still like maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, good to see it. Vira moving on my girl, Vira Lily. Biskit, you know, he runs into me every single week, so I'm going to go outside after this and tell him, why did you get 5U 3 different times?
You know, I do the opposite. I would come to you like, this is your fault. You didn't teach me the matchup properly.
Well, because okay, you said it at the outset, CharChar, very much a fast-paced player. I'm not that, so when we were getting ready for Combo Breaker, I was like, probably not going to be the best.
Far-reaching Far 5L. Having the scaling floor, but still being able to dish out damage in a consistent way is really important in this game, and she definitely has that.
Yep, absolutely. And you also want to talk about great average damage per interaction. Cagliostro received that in bunches in the most recent patch. A lot of her mid-screen conversions, especially while using that that extension with the ultimate skills, very, very strong now to shorten out the game for her.
and I talked about this actually before our match, and I do think that that can be a little bit of a dual-edged sword because previously, Ult Spear was a combo ender that led to a safe jump, led to Oki, killed some time, got her timer back and whatnot. The only kind of downside of it being a combo extender now is you're spending your meter in the combo, and now you don't have your 50 to end your combo in that hard knockdown for the same setup. So you gotta... It's good to have more flexibility, but she does have to think more in how to spend in her routes than she did before.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see what Ilsa will go to in terms of this book and how she approaches her resources, or will the resources of Ilsa win neutral just from the outset. But right now, Elsa slowly marching Ilsa to the corner, but we're fighting back to shoot the laser.
Yeah, Pilch trying to use the laser, but you saw in the first interaction with the rock, even though it looks like a laser, it does behave a lot more like a fireball in terms of how it interacts with other projectiles. Good dodge on the spear. Oh,
the teleport to go through the laser, but still getting met by the other laser in conjunction. So probably a very interesting neutral skip tool.
Yeah, good air stall. But that's still one of the problems that Cagliostro has. Even though she got a lot out of this patch that does help her out, 214H, 214L, they still combo really inconsistently from her normals, and she's forced to burn an ult like this. Thanks for illustrating that, Elsa. Just to complete her combos in the corner.
Oh, but combo limit not going to help them out, but also going to help her out by just bending that SSBA to try to get out of dodge. The heavy Alexandria going to finish the job.
And I like the advancing move, just taking the special, knowing that was double-digit minus frames, and not risking that, you know, a dash attack or a 5H would reach there.
Yeah, would have had the wall bounce to boot to continue the combo, so definitely a safe option there. Trying to reset to neutral, but Elsa already has the advantage. Slowly losing it, though, because these lasers are starting to add up.
Pilch doing a good job, too. You see kind of layering in the drone just to conserve some stocks. That was a really interesting. I don't know if that was meant to anti-air itself or just to move out of the range of the ult trap like it did, but really interesting option from Pilch and should be able to finish the round here.
Yep, go into the heavy back special and then just cancel into the SBA. A whole lot of guns. Got a W right there. Now we're going to round 3 here in game 1. All right, change of the stage. Let's see what we got to open things up. Just retreating, allow us to build that rock resource. And just getting sniped out with the calculators. Yeah,
and it really is coming down to just who guesses correctly on to throw out their particular zoning tool first. Pilch's, you know, last round was having a lot of success with the laser, but so far, Elsa's been able to work in. Oh, good jab. Yeah, if that does not make contact on block, you can challenge that when she reappears.
All right.
Good spacing, keeping it safe.
The big Cagliostro far edge, a very, very strong tool for corner offense, prompting you to try to get your way out by dashing, but
are we going to
with the
spend
dash
the super
attack
here?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're going to save that for the next touch. Good block by Pilch. okay. Interrupts here. That does take a crystal. It's similar to Eustace's, where even at far ranges going through projectiles, it does take the crystal. So good spend on the super there.
Yeah, I guess they teach you that at the Society boot camp.
Oh, but again,
right back in the corner.
I think Elsa was really hoping for that to work in the wall bounce so that she would have the super available to finish the round, but unfortunately had to have spent the ult to make that combo work.
Had the 2M conversion, didn't quite get the right special, and they get baited for the back throw. Elsa gonna take the first game.
Little bit of a dash to sell it into nothing. Really good bait there.
Cagliostro going up early, smirk on the face. See if they can repeat success in the second game here. Pilch does show some really good stuff here, and like you said, it's been coming down to who's been getting the advantage more in neutral and maintaining that advantage state as soon as they get it. Cag, very, very strong in that aspect, but Ilsa might get a chance to showcase her prowess in that right here with the Raging Strike conversion.
No stocks available to split. Actually, yeah, able to stock up mid-screen, or mid-combo rather. Oh. Elsa not really believing in the hit, and again, baited it out. The heavy should reach. Oh, goodness. I am not going to say buff Cags because, you know.
This is an Arc World Tour final
nobody wants that, but that was unfortunate that didn't wall bounce. All I'm going to say is that cat players wouldn't be me.
Oh, man.
But thankfully, she does have the Swiss Army knife. Sometimes you just got to stand there and press 5H.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it'll just solve all your problems. Can lock you down in the corner, on the ground, or in the air as an anti-air. So Elsa looking at set point right now. Slowly encroaching on Elsa's space. But again, these really good calculators have been interrupting the flow of any time that Elsa's trying to go for that laser.
Yeah, you can't dodge that. That is one of the benefits of buffering out that 214L. If you dodge it, she just gets a straight-up punish. I believe it's -5.
Big plus frames here, though, after the full charge on the 5U. Fighting back out with the laser. Just a quick dash attack. Put the 2M into the ultimate. Alexandria.
Side switch into the teleport. Should have traps here to end. Only spends the 1. Yeah, there's the heavy.
Here's the ultimate. Make your move, Ilsa. And there it is. Baited out once again. Elsa just prompting every single action possible from Pilch, trying to figure out a way through the labyrinth of Cagliostro traps, but it is going to be the Alchemist making it through.
Yeah, and Pilch wasn't really losing the neutral that often. It kind of just came down to those clutch late round situations of Pilch just flinched when Elsa kind of did nothing. And that happened at least 3 rounds, kind of just ended up like that.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary when Cagliostro has everything going. Like I said, her advantage state, probably one of the best in the game currently, just being able to set out traps. And now that she has access to having the trap on the ground and in the air, to really force you into having to make a decision. You talked about it a little bit in our last block, how dangerous it can be when you're going against a character that forces you to make decisions.
You don't have time to really gauge
the
the situation on, like, is this where I fuzzy mash? Is this where I know a lot about the overall shape of the Cygames of the GBVS World Tour? We do know that first place qualifies for Cygames Cup. We don't know if there's points. You know, we don't know if there's going to be opportunities other than directly qualifying. We don't know if Cygames Cup is going to be an open entry event like it has been in the past.
True,
like, can you buy your own ticket? So there's really, like, this point at the moment, there's only been 1 tournament. EVO Japan is the only qualifier that's happened so far. These players want to secure their spot early so that they can relax and, you know, play the game and learn 2.6 because it's going to be a very different game in the very near future. You want to get in there, and if you're BSG, you want to get in there while Vaseraga's hot, right?
Oh, yeah. This character is definitely on fire currently. Some people believing him to be top tier currently. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but if Artorias gets put up against the corner, we might see exactly why. Already off to a good start. The scoops to send you closer to the East Coast side of things.
Yeah, and this is where it's hard for Cat. Once he already gets started, and that right there, you basically have to wait for him to walk at you and then let the heavy DP rip. Other than that, you have to respect the armor. There's not a lot of other ways out.
Yep, delay tag.
And this is what hurt Cat. Katalina, for those who know, she's always kind of struggled against good, far-reaching low attacks. That's one of the few weaknesses that make up for the other strengths of her buttons. They made the Vaseraga stance sweeps always be -6 at worst for the light and the medium versions. And that used to be something that she could punish and get started if he just threw it out. And now he could just kind of fish from far away with like 2-2L into sweep and get started like that. Oh, too far for the 5U to combo. Got away with it though.
Yep, slamming it right down, and like you said, the sweeping slash. Also, in addition to the changes on the frame data, got the range buffed as well, so it's a very, very strong tool for specifically Kat to keep her at bay, but the ultimate instinction is good for keeping everybody locked down. That button is fantastically good. That wall of plasma, oppressive. So is this corner offense that BSG continues to run.
I have been asked, you know, by newer players, like, how do I deal with this move? The answer is know when he has 50 and don't mess with it. You have to know when it's available. You have to keep yourself available to dodge it when you see blue. There's a saying from a Xenoblade YouTuber that I really like. The best ability is availability. And you need to not commit to things when he has it on deck. But you can see he gets 12.5 back on block, and you're not going to avoid it very easily. So he almost always has it on deck once he gets his game going.
Yeah. Funny enough, Kat's the one having to be very patient right now. The backdash getting caught right there. 38 seconds on the clock left.
61-second perfect. That is how you know you got kind of gapped. I'm sorry, but if you can't find a way to tap them in 61 game seconds, that's a rough round.
Yeah, man, it just seemed like Artorias was bereft of any answers there. Vaseraga just doing Vaseraga things. Don't even really think we saw the other side of the screen that entire first match. It's looking to be unlikely right now because we're right back to square one, putting them right back to where they had them in round one, scooping them to the East Coast side of things, and here we go again, man.
And I talked yesterday about BSG is one of the players that utilizes instant blocking to like maximize his meter gain. You can also see the walking in between things. He doesn't try to dash forward, he just walks forward, and he's getting like 3 to 5 meter every time he does that. Great check. Back to the corner. Rare dash light coming out of Vaseraga. You actually don't see his dash attacks other than the H when he's armored that often.
Just employing everything in the book. Those far M's also recently buffed alongside that sweeping slash. Very, very strong. Instinction keeping them locked down into the corner.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of him not having armor. Ooh, that maybe was supposed to be ult fireball and just got like a down skill. But yeah, that's safe range.
Battalions of fear. Artorias, how much fear is in your heart as the armored man is swiping and stomping his way towards you?
You can see that BSG is actually trying to call out that DP with the anchor drop, but we are not even seeing Artorias let that DP rip.
Just playing very, very safely, structuring their offense the same way, but you gave Vaseraga a way out in the sweeping slash, like you've been saying the whole set, just making problems for Katalina at that range.
You can see the pace being upped a little bit by Artorias here, trying to realize like BSG has gotten started first every single round so far. Artorias has to change this momentum. He has to watch out right now for the ults. A couple available between the grab, the tackle, the stomps. All of them kind of good at pushing him out of the corner. He has no armor though, and yeah, now he does.
Oh man, you're once again running right into the ultimate fireball, right against the back wall, slowly encroaching on them, slowly making their way to the advantage state. This is again, it was delayed, but it's inevitable. Vaseraga getting started, BSG looking fantastic right now.
Just outside of poke range, you can see it in the armor. And 2 ult fireballs at least available. He's not going to need them both, I don't think.
All right, BC to just get out of there and get the side switch, very, very important. But Ultimate Savage Rampage is going to dismiss any attempt at offense, and you are dismissed to the left coast corner. This
pretty
is really
bleak,
and
that's a true block string. You can't even do anything about that there. So Artorias, unfortunately, going to be moving down to the loser side. BSG moving on in winners, looking pretty clean.
Yep, incredibly impressive showing of the character, which has pretty much become par for the course with BSG, of course. Like we were saying at the top of the set, one of the favorites to win this event.
Yeah.
Looking very poised to do so right now. The Vaseraga, I mean, like we don't know what the future holds for this character.
And I will say
really
something I do want to point out about what people consider to be the current top tiers in the game compared to something like a version 1.5 or a 1.3 where it's your Siegfried or Kat or whoever. The top tiers right now, Ferry, Matera, Vaseraga, they're harder to play than a lot of characters. HUEBERT has messed around with a few other characters, but for the most part, when it's time for business, regardless of the ups and downs, both of these characters have been top tier. Both of them have been mid tier. Nah, just kidding, not Belial. But you know, these are characters who have definitely gone through some significant changes here and there. And both of these two stayed with it. They're definitely character specialists, experts at their characters. So I'm really excited to see what we see out of this. Kain, I was glazing him yesterday. You guys know. I think he has the best movement of any Percival player I've ever seen on a character who is very hard to move on.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very important up against somebody like Belial who can be oppressive in a lot of different spacings. But I do love the moving DP to go right through the Goetia, already ushering
Good
Hubert into the
recognition,
corner.
yeah. You can't do spinners like that anymore, especially when they have a really far-reaching normal. Keeping him in the flame, yeah, draining a little bit more health down. And the whip, God, he's so sick.
Yep, Belial standing in the flame carpet. He does like to see things get hot, but this might be a little bit too hot for him. Belial getting caught on fire with the Lord of Flames.
That's why I keep the Japanese voices on, so I don't know what Belial says, so I don't get, you know, I'm not letting him trick me into making a comment, you know, on my own stream.
My bad. My bad.
I'll talk about it later. Yeah, there's some stuff in the game that cracks me up with him, though. I'm a big fan.
Gotcha. But anyway, Belial is going to be starting on the offensive end currently. Kain taking a lot of health tax right now. This is a lot of Belial goodness.
You see that usage more. Now that they nerf the options out of spinner and they make it harder to do that as a real block string, it was always +2 if you just did heavy fireball and you didn't do anything out of it. So just using it for the pressure. Kain on the back foot here, down a lot of life, working on a perfect, I believe, here for Hubert. And yeah, good answer back after that first round.
Yeah, just don't let Percival get started. Don't let Kain try to play that spacing game that he's been so good at. Just get in and get your offense started as quickly as possible. And you see Kain kind of adapting to that, just giving them the space to try to get into something. But that's a big counter hit there.
Kain whipped the dash light. Would have been safe, but tried to steal a turn after doing it. And there is low recovery on dash light, but not that low. Good decision there, using the lariat of the 6-6H. If you see the other person backing off as Belial, oh, ouch.
How about a 6-6H right back at you? Big counter hit right there.
Oh, that went a little bit longer than he wanted to, but now it's kind of dangerous here for Hubert. This is probably a one-touch match. Kain knows that, so he's just trying to get the situation back. Yeah, fishing for it. 1 BP. This is a one-touch match for both characters, really.
Yeah, we're going to see how stout we are defensively. Just going to use the
that
BP
should do
instead.
It.
Oh, no, not quite.
He did get the clean hit, but chip is an issue.
No dodge on the Goetia.
Great
you
setup,
put him in a checkmate situation right there. Good stuff there. Keeping him in the flame carpet and then advancing right behind it.
And forced a situation where he would have had to double dodge. And if he did that, there's a chance he could have been locked into a DP or something after the advance of the 2-1-4H follow-up.
Just love to see it. Kain getting started once again. Lord strike to usher Belial to the left side of the screen, and Belial trying to fight back on Lodius Ender, and now just swiping the claws with the bar
like that. Yeah, he did a little oopsie, like an okie doke of whip something into the 5M there.
That is so potent in this game. Just being able to prompt someone into an action when you just purposefully whip something, and then they just try to swing right back to it and says, well, actually, I was just setting up the whole time, and now we're going to set up some good corner offense here. Hubert looking pretty good here in round 1 of game 2.
Kain has been pretty liberal on the BCs. We have not seen any real callouts yet from Hubert.
Alrighty, getting chased down here by the Lord Strike. Prompt, counter hit BC, right back at you.
Just doesn't want to hold the positioning. Yeah, he didn't have stocks. Even though he was plus there, that was still not a great situation for Kain because he didn't quite have the ult. He didn't have, you know, a lot to work with. Have to watch out for the ult fireball on Belial's side. Yep.
Yep, you ask and you shall receive right there. The 6-6M being a little bit outside of the range of Belial, so that lets him punish it with the ultimate Goetia. And wow, what a 4M check on the Lord Strike. Holy moly.
Okay, this button, I already talked yesterday about how good of a far medium this character has, but man, it's doing some stuff that even by what I already knew is kind of standing out. A lot of scaling with the command grab starter. Not going to invest a lot in the ender. Does have 9 stocks. He went for it again because with the ult cash out at the end, that probably would have killed even with the scaling.
Yeah, it cannot count out Percival when he has all 9 stocks. Oh. Hubert knows this, so he's trying to just make sure that there's no
that
chance.
Was supposed to be 2-1 for you. Yeah, unfortunate input error there. That was supposed to be 2-1 for you and got the 5U instead. Hubert has a decision to make on if he wants to cash out here. Yeah, gonna hold on for the next touch. Oh no! Tried to chase and ran into a button. This should close it out for Hubert.
I wonder if Kain was trying to send sort of backwards movement to set up into that far H spacing, so Kain just trying to take that down to prevent him from getting comfortable in that space.
I think he was chasing a backdash too. He's expecting a backdash, very potent backdash for Belial, and something that HUEBERT's been showing so far in the set. But HUEBERT just stood his ground, pushed the button. Good decision there, 1-1.
Yep, got to take it off though, your Kain, and already doing what has gotten us the advantage in each of the round ones in both games prior. That heavy Lord Strike, as quick and advancing as it is, it also just pushes Belial into an uncomfortable spot here. And I'm interestingly enough seeing a lot more of this Goetia Fireball War being won here by Belial.
Great spacing. Using the backdash to get out of the range. I think he was expecting a DP there. He backed off, and again, we see that far 5M for Belial putting in so much work right now.
Ooh, ultimate DP showing his head for the first time in a bit. Now looking for that low after the fact, but the big whiff on the far 8. Holy moly, Belial being able to run up and behind that.
Yeah, the far 5M must have hit on the second grain, because that definitely combos from 6XL.
Alrighty.
Basketball is going to have a hard time getting, yeah 1 meter short. Oh, if that was a back throw, that would have changed this match a lot. Oh,
here you go. Has access to the flame carpet. How are you going to get out of this?
Issue, and yeah, just send it. Would have been a very hard call out. Would have had to run up and dodge or something. And Percival has kind of a long DP animation. A dodge might actually be too early against it.
Oh. How about more of that long DP animation to cut through the Goetia once again. This time getting
not to be deterred. That's actually really good recognition. When a normal non-heavy fireball hits close up, that is actually minus for most characters. It's not your turn even if you hit that fireball.
Even him at bay with that far range. Good dodge on the ultimate Goetia.
Jump. Yeah,
Wow.
Baiting out the 2H. Kain putting down the BC, just alleviating the situation. HUEBERT, recognized he was about to move in to the flame there, and he doesn't have a ton of light to give the DOT.
All right, trying to find that whiff of Belial, not making it easy. The quick recovery on a lot of the options that HUEBERT is choosing, and we're choosing to use our BC to prevent the plus frame after this medium follow-up on the Lord Strike. No anti-air, though. That's an air stall. You don't want to play that kind of game.
Kain, you see him walking for that 50 meter. Yeah, and again, forcing a decision here. BC him.
Wow, ultimate Notoria on the run-up back throw.
What else do you got? Oh,
you got a command grab. You got Vaseraga. You got the world in the palm of your hands, as does Percival. Man, oh man, Belial taking it to the final round of Game 3.
And we are at match point. Kain with the early advantage here, gonna get the stocks. Just looking for the aggression that's not coming out of HUEBERT, but this is gonna be a lot of damage. Doesn't have a lot of meter to work with though, so not gonna be able to put it down, but he's not gonna need the meter. That should do it.
Yeah, no ultimate Notoria gonna work out for you this time around. Kain just putting an end to that quick, fast, and in a hurry, sending HUEBERT down to loser side of things, wiping the sweat off of his brow, knowing that things were getting a little bit spicy.
That was a very fast-paced match for two characters that actually kind of benefit from slowing things down and trying to control. You saw neither of them really wanted to concede the advantage. There were a lot of BCs, and both of them characters that really don't have the best BC baits other than just giving up your turn to dodge and hard call it out. So there was a lot of just jockeying for, I don't want to have to hold your pressure in this moment until I have resources to deal with it.
Absolutely.
And that last round, Kain just kind of got the early advantage. I think landing that grab to refill his timers and get a chunk of meter.
I think he already got the Grandmaster with that character in like a day, like 2 days. So yeah, he put in some work with a variety of characters across the roster and has been doing a lot of work with the Siegfried, has been tearing it up in the online brackets recently with the character. And I don't see why not, because there's a lot to like about Siegfried in this current version. Got some buffs to make his install or his stocks a lot more of an attractive option.
Big damage off of, he already had big damage off of anti-airs and counter hit close 5H, but now he gets that big damage off of counter hit far 5H, and his anti-air combos are even crazier. His routes with 236U in the corner are extremely damaging. I will say the combos are a little bit harder. Probably the hardest thing that Siegfried's had to do, honestly, linking like a raw 668 in a lot of spots. And in my opinion, I know that they changed the buffer to make it a little bit easier, but I do think doing frame 1 dash attacks on recovery of a move is actually one of the harder execution things in this game. Havin, though, he only plays who he believes in, right? Like, so he believes in the Siegfried right now.
We'll see if we believe
this
in
is
the
a
power
matchup
of
too
family.
that I do know that Lowain players don't like, because this is a guy who can just swat away all of the assists with a single move, with a fireball, with a 2-and-4.
Yeah, that fireball also getting buffed. The light version now has increased priority versus other light fireballs in this game.
Cancels out.
Yeah, so it's just very strong in this matchup, especially when you're trying to do the
know
cat bomb.
how that interacts with bros, because I think bros count as strikes, not as projectiles. So we're gonna have to see over the course of this match.
Got rid of the heavy cat bot, quit fast and in a hurry with the ultimate Nelanev. Now just going to slowly prompt the CHBC there. We're finding ourselves in the corner, but Siegfried, the defensive stalwart that he is, has options to get out. There you go.
Took out both bros, and even though there was a dodge to call out something, it still kind of hit the recovery of the dodge as well.
Yeah, I feel like all versions of the fireball have shown their utility in this matchup especially. Satoshi's going to have to figure out a way to commandeer neutral a lot more effectively. Right now, Havaniceday dominating that phase. But here we go. Somehow, Lowain has found the
is on deck. This is what I mean about a different flavor of Lowain, though. He's willing to sit back, use the ults. I think a lot of Lowains would have popped HBA there. He might want to think about it just to restore the BP coming up here, though. Yeah, time to make a decision.
Yeah,
holding on to the resources
of Siegfried, that light confirm had that far L, couldn't quite get into anything more damaging to end the round. Ult bro wheel to get us out of jail. 10 seconds on the clock though. You got to make something happen. Whoa!
Clutch mash on the 5L. Able to convert, has the 2-1-4U available for a full extension.
Battle 2.
Yeah, with the time ticking down, you think you want to turtle up a little bit there, just absolutely letting it rip there with the 5L check. And now putting Siegfried in the corner. Whip on that 2M. That's something that you can do to OS some of the follow-up options off the Orkin stance.
And characters who have a good kind of low to the ground 7-frame 2M can challenge most follow-ups of Orkin, but Lowain's unfortunately a little bit stubby. They have to be really close for that to work.
Yeah, Siegfried, a character that can really buff.
Interesting air block. Came down to kind of a neutral situation afterwards.
This is all going to work out. Late tech on the throw.
Have a check-in after the dash light. Not afraid. Whoa!
Whoa! Medium cat bot
no.
going through the Nelanev.
He had not actually shown that, and that is something that got buffed a while back to have faster startup on the laser, and also even the buffed projectile of Siegfried's, it doesn't matter. That laser just eats projectiles into the stagger state.
Holy, yeah, that's a great way to counter zone up against Siegfried. But
a lot of damage on the super still. People forget that super, there's a reason why they made that super like -48 or something.
Yeah, that's a killing man's game right there. Heavy cat bot, this time to just keep up some offense.
I didn't get the link off the counter hit. Yeah, that was kind of a big miss there. It was actually good recognition that he didn't get the link though, because he didn't dial out the 214H.
Yep. Or tried to pop a snag, but just denied by the ultimate fireball. Trying to poke out there, far M, but this time going to use our ultimate DP to get on out of there. Light cap bot, send out the bros, do everything that we can, but again, this fireball has just been so good at checking everything Lowain's doing in a variety of phases.
I think in my opinion, if you can get a Lowain to spend their 50 on ult fireball, that's a win, honestly, because there's no refund.
Ooh. Bring them right back down to the ground. The Fiend Rock Knight slowly making their way in, but
wasn't ready for the finish. Yeah. And you can see a trade there in a situation where that would not have traded previously.
Another run up into the throw. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen a lot of parry action from Lowain and Satoshi so far, so I wonder if these run up throws are just a bit to sort of make sure that he doesn't get away with that, but he hasn't just shown that at all.
He got a little bit of life back. Oh no, but a drop.
Oh, but a throw, but it's not going to kill.
I think that was just a slightly late cancel on the 5L. That definitely combos. I think that he recognized the hit a little bit late and just didn't dial out the cancel as soon as possible. Unfortunate there. That definitely would have been a game-winning hit there in game one. Instead, it's Havaniceday with the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I think that's also part and parcel of when we saw that 6XL, the counter hit 6XL, but we didn't get the full conversion. He was very hyper aware of that, so maybe just didn't have the same level of confidence in that hit after that situation came up. Don't really know, but let's see if we can get a little bit more confidence here to restore, so we can restore advantage in the set, or at least just get it even, because right now, Siegfried is looking very, very strong.
Yeah, some of it might just be the pace of the match, because Hava is keeping it really high. Satoshi kind of fighting for his life here. Are we going to do the HPA? I think he came 1 meter short, yeah, but should spend it here.
You know,
if he does the optimal stuff, does he have the basketballs? If he hits this whole thing, this should kill, even with Siegfried health.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Good stuff.
You know, I'm slightly reassured that Havaniceday also got hit by the 2H heavy bro setup because I got some people gave me some choice words for getting hit by that on stream.
That's why
you have to fuzzy that.
Yeah,
go low and then high. So.
And there's the parry. That's the first time we've seen it, as you brought up.
Oh, the Satoshi shimmy. That was one of the things that he did so many times, and it got everybody in that Frosty Falcons run that he had. This time, blocking the 2H bros setup. Good stuff right there. Fuzzy is low, then block high. Satoshi going to have.
And Lowain does have one of the best backdashes just in general. Great tool to shimmy with. Speaking of how we had not seen a parry up until a couple seconds ago, we have also not seen a DP out of Havaniceday yet.
True. I mean, that's also kind of the way that Satoshi has structured her offense with Siegfried. Right up with the 6-6-H. That could have been a huge party starter.
I think he thought he was in close 5H proxy range, and he wasn't. That's unfortunate, especially with only 1 BP. Oh,
you're dead!
You died. Yeah,
you're dead from this!
You actually died.
Oh my gosh!
Look at the red.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I know 50% less or 50% more damage on that, but my goodness gracious, man, that was just
I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter how much BP you have. That does a lot of damage if he gets that hit. Really good, just mental fortitude there from Hava. Didn't tilt by the drop that came right before that. Got another counter hit and said, you know what, I got it this time.
Alrighty. Let's see if Satoshi can recover from that ginormous bit of damage that they suffered in the end of that last round. They were looking very, very good up until that point. Let's see if we can return to the same favorability. Right now, it's just all Siegfried offensively. Even just blocking the chip and the positioning is adding up immensely right now.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Hava set up a command grab off of Orkin, because that 2M has whipped every time, and Satoshi has still tried it every time.
Can you also do a delay to follow up to catch the extended hurt box on that too?
I don't know what the cancel window is like. I think they might have, no, I do think that was part of when they buffed some of the other stuff about it, that they reduced the ability to delay it.
All right, Chase down there with the dash normal, going for a tick throw, late tech on that. Have a nice day at 1 BP. So Lowain can end this game if he gets a good hit, but the same could be said for Siegfried.
Can, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that JH, that's a big button.
I love the use of these normals and these specials, both using everything in the toolkit to just keep Lowain at bay. We also have Iggy on deck if we want to use it.
Yeah, he's going to just to avoid this situation and get a BP back, but Havaniceday knows the minigame pretty well. This is the main thing. Yeah, he's trying to move forward for meter because ult Fireball is probably one of the only ways he can punish. No, he got in there for the dash light, and that should do it.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit concerned. I thought he was gonna make you a liar, but Havaniceday gonna be able to surpass the Mario Party minigame and get into the next stage of actually that was top 32 winner side, so making their way still in the winner side of things with a 2-0 victory over Satoshi.
Yeah,
very good stuff.
Yeah, on the winner side, you do need to win 2 to get in. So I do believe, though, these top 32s, these are still going to be qualifiers because I know that Zane is up against Ktang first, and our next match is going to be BEPaw against Zane. So this should be a top 24 winners qualifier, as was the last match.
Absolutely. So shouts out to Havaniceday making it to top 24 winner side. And then that also means that they are fast tracking to that top 8 spot as well as they can stay up there.
Yeah,
These
one match.
Just one.
The difference between
that choice becomes so much harder.
Yeah, because you never know what angle he is going to approach from.
Even when you have the positioning on the seals, the way that Zane moves around with them and the position that he uses the seals can really throw you for a loop. Is he going to go and right in? Is he going to go at an angle and then come in? Or is he just going to go right back out to force a committal option like a 2H or something or a GG? It could be very hard.
Grimnir also has, I think, kind of an underrated fireball game. I think he's actually a fairly strong zoner when he wants to be. Just his normal fireball is really strong. His ult fireball is very strong in terms of just getting a knockdown from far away. So he definitely is going to have tools to kind of counter zone Ferry, in addition to having all these unique options to just work his way in with movement.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. I feel like the disadvantage that Ferry will get put in if Grimnir could get started offensively would be a very deciding factor, so BEPaw will have to prevent that at any cost. And unfortunately for Ferry, that may just be a lot of nickel and diming, whereas Grimnir, if he gets in, that could be potential for a mix into a big hit.
Yes.
So this is going to be a really weird pace for BEPaw to have to play at.
Even though both of them are kind of set play characters with very strong mix-up in certain situations, Ferry is a low health character and a low damage character, and Grimnir is a normal health character with high damage.
Yep.
Believe in victory.
So here we go. BEPaw versus Zane. Top 32 winners.
Zane backing off at round start. Maybe trying to just find some space to get seals on the... Yep, there they are, but that fireball doesn't stay out that long. BEPaw, yeah, we talk about just picking the right angle to cut it off. GG not going to combo there. Yeah, Zane just kind of lariating. That's a good decision. Ooh, yo.
2 successful BEPaw anti-airs early here for BEPaw. Lariating on in though.
But you can see the danger there. You change your trajectory in the air. He came down at an angle, made the light BEPaw whip, and that's a very scary situation for Ferry.
Also, the halt with the air stall by using the JU is very important as well. So just a variety of different things to throw BEPaw for a loop. However, you're the one being thrown across the screen after getting sniped by the ultimate whip. Gets Spence, but right there, ultimate BEPaw, sick him, send him right back to square one.
Yeah, these seals are still in a dangerous position. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. BEPaw maybe would have wanted to throw out ult GG there just to lock him down a little bit so he can move forward. And look, this is what we were talking about. The burst damage that comes out of its character is still very high. Very not that much health.
Yeah, man. 0 BP as well with the SFBA taking away both of those crystals. It felt like Ferry and BEPaw were holding on to those for as much as possible because they are aware of the damage boost and how valuable that can be in that instance, but it just didn't matter.
Good blocks, yeah, using the guard button, not getting crossed up. Good choice, specifically doing the back throw there, putting the BEPaw in the corner. Yeah, forcing him to spend something, give up some damage for a side switch.
Oh, no punish there on the whip on the hula hoop, but here we go. Going to be able to get the trombone to put them right back into the corner. Slide out of there to get away from GG, but you're going right back.
Trying to get some meter with that 5U.
Alrighty, BEPaw once again, he's been very, very good using that as an anti-air. Very good deterring that little airspace right above that 4 seal. I love that positioning from BEPaw. Sitting there right at there, but just opting to go for a counter hit BC instead. Not going to commit to anything.
Gonna get that. Woo! I didn't expect that to kill, actually.
Me neither. There's 2 of us there in the unexpected circle, but right here, we expected a good match between these 2, and we're already getting one here in game 1.
Yeah, Zane changing things up right there. Didn't go for the tornado that stays in front to try to get seals down. Instead, sent it forward and then follow it up with the lariat to just try to change the pace, get an early knockdown on Ferry.
Ultimate lariat to get in. That's such a powerful tool.
Now that it's safe.
Yep, and also Ferry being one of the characters without a 5-framer, that makes that situation a little bit even more dangerous for her. Just the safety as well, but if they were to just, you know, maybe a delay button from Ferry to check anything from Grimnir, Grimnir could win out more than she would against other characters.
Spent another BC there. I think BEPaw's gonna need to find, oh man, it's gonna be a while before an SBA is available. Didn't risk the 5M and got baited on the throw. This should be game 1 going to Zane.
Yeah, and we just saw a little bit of the dynamic that we were talking about at the start of the set. Just if Zane gets in, it's just so much damage that BEPaw is going to have to play against. And the nickel and diming just not adding up enough, not really being able to make some good change for BEPaw in that aspect. So
BEPaw also wasn't really getting hard knockdowns. Not able to find real GG setups. Every time GG was put out, it was in a full screen situation, and he did a good job of kind of standing still, walking backwards to control the camera to not give Zane an opportunity to walk backwards out of GG, but that also creates a situation where you're not really getting mix from it. You're getting some meter, you're getting towards them and getting some screen position, but you're not really getting into Ferry's bread and butter there.
Just going to see if we can get that, though. And I think kind of playing to your point, you see a little bit more of an aggressive nature so we can get a little bit more of that easy mix-up game going. And it's already paying off right here. A good chunk of life taken off from Grimnir, as well as putting them closer to the corner, but it's hard to keep that Grimnir pinned down. Zane already out, and it's Ferry having to spend their CHBC to get out of there.
Yeah, and Zane doing a very good job of finding ways to get back to the seals when BEPaw is like clearly trying to wall them off.
Oh,
good
great. The
decision.
ultimate skill is going to win there by BEPaw.
Yeah, trying to jump out. Kept it pretty conservative there with just the 5M, 5M. Didn't even cancel anything.
Right, throwing out GG in between the seals, importantly as well. So I don't know if GG's hitbox actually extends high enough to where if he tries to seal dash in between the first and second seals, would that interrupt that?
Yeah,
but
I'm actually not sure either.
however it is deterring some movement because Ferry able to run up behind it. But every time they put out GG, Zane opting for that 2U slide,
And again,
doing it again.
Just getting rid of the seals so we can put fresh ones down. You gonna spend anything here? Yeah, just the ult. Keep the refund in a situation where next touch wins the round.
Big swipe there, didn't convert off of it, but does lay down GG to keep Grimnir pinned down. Going for the light seal. Now
Yeah,
the heavy
I was about
seals.
to say, I saw BEPaw walking for meter, wondering if he was gonna let the super rip just to get that that crystal back.
Yep, and maybe just have something active on the screen just so Grimnir can't necessarily fully do anything with all of those fresh shields that he just put out. Oh, what a BC bait. That was very colorful right there.
Okay.
Another one.
Not a lot to work with. I think this is still dead, yes.
Wow. Complete tonal shift here as BEPaw and Ferry take game 2 to bring us to a 1-1 set count. I do love the adaptation. This really changed the pace of how we're going to play out because it felt like they were setting back a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I get why, because that's kind of the nature of the character that you want to play. That's the nature of the beast. But Zane having so much more reward on the interactions they were being allowed to win was adding up too much in that first game, and BEPaw being a lot more assertive in controlling the pace in game 2. Doing the same thing to open up game 3 here.
Interesting by Zane there, doing just raw round start seals, which is something that Ferry can punish, but she's not going to punish for a lot there, so he just kind of accepted that as a way to get seals out on the screen.
Oh, man.
I cannot believe he got close H from that far. That was crazy far.
Oh, man, the mix here could be bad. BC safe as
and
well.
That's around. Look how fast it can go.
That was just off of one call out on the GG summon from Ferry. Just ultimate lariat all the way in. Didn't even get the wall bounce that he used to get, and it was just over.
And then the close 5H from so far away.
Proximity is something else, man. I'll tell you what, but right now just trying to lock him down. We've had this position a number of times. It's just been a matter of can we win enough interactions to get the most out of it, and Grimnir not necessarily having to do as much.
Great reaction. But, yeah, okay. You can see outspacing. Oh, unfortunate. BC coming out the wrong direction. BEPaw in a dangerous situation, down to 1 crystal. Gonna have to do some work to just build the meter. We might see a 5U or something come out, just trying to get some of that meter maximization. Yep. Zane, though, keeping up the pace while he has the advantage. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, all you gotta do is finish this combo.
Yep, gonna go real early into the SBA. Don't even need the
kept it as simple as possible. And that could be spooky sometimes. I'm like, do you do the combo that you practice, the full BNB, or do you do the shortest, easiest combo?
Oh, yeah, because sometimes you get a little bit of paralysis or analysis paralysis there because you're just like, man, I should cut it short and just keep it simple. But then by the act of just rerouting this route that you usually do 1,000 of times in ranked or whatever tournament before, you mess it up. But that time, just really simple, just go straight into the SBA. It was going to be more than enough to kill.
Yeah,
Zane
so
moving on.
Zane going to go on to top 24 winners. BEPaw still in it, is going to have to win one more match to make it on the loser's side. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is 4 out, I believe. So that is going to be BEPaw out to the loser side in top 24.
So yeah,
who gets that early advantage is going to matter a lot in this matchup because before he has access to all of his powerful ults, Vas is actually a pretty bullyable character.
Yep.
And if CharChar is able to find a command grab or a 2-2U into a command grab early on and able to get in an install before BSG can really start his game on Vaseraga, it could be a tough time for him.
Yep. We also made the note in the previous set that BSG had against Artorias that having a 3-hit quick hitting DP of the heavy variety is very important to break the armor. Vira, also another character that shares that characteristic. Of course, the both of them do have the same history coming from the Albion Fencing Academy, so they're going to have a little bit of likenesses. And in that matchup specifically, we're going to see if BSG plays in a similar way when they go into that Savage Rampage stance. They did it very well against Artorias. Let's see what they got here for CharCharRealSmooth as they open up with the 6-6M, expertly blocked.
Yeah, I like that idea though, to open with the 6-6M. Fish with the early knockdown, because Vaseraga can't punish that, especially at range. Yeah, you saw that early attempt at the command grab. CharChar just trying to get an install as fast as possible. Are we going to spend the super? Yeah, you don't see this a lot. That's how you know that he's very confident in this round right now, giving up the utility of the ults.
Yeah, one of the problems that CharChar can run into, and for those of you who don't know, as we get the back throw going, so Vira can get something started here. As I say that, we get the heavy Savage Rampage. But if you don't know, this is a rematch between the two of them. They had a top 8 winner side appearance at CEO 2025, BSG winning that one 3-0. And what happened, a lot of that was just BSG effectively checking a lot of the offense that CharChar really depends on in terms of being able to maximize for Vira.
CharChar trying to do the defensive sweep, which is something that Vira relies on a lot, but wasn't ready to cancel to the DP to break the armor. Yeah, didn't even need to finish the string. Set up for the command grab. Yeah.
There's something just so disrespectful about his close L just being a slight elbow tap to the head, just like a bonk.
Yeah.
That's what you get for acting up.
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Stop that.
Yeah, stop that. Get your hand out of that cookie jar.
I do think that Vaseraga is a stop that character.
Yes.
And BSG is kind of a stop that player. And that is what's the hardest for CharChar, right? CharChar wants to run his game. Maybe running a different game here, though. Hovering on the Lowain here at character selects.
He has been workshopping the Ilsa a little bit. I don't. Here's my thing, though. I think, yeah, you go back to the Vira. I think that just the way CharChar plays, like, and the way BSG plays, this isn't necessarily a character matchup thing. This is a player matchup thing. He's going to have to do a pretty much a 180 in terms of how he wants to approach the pace of the game because, like you were saying, BSG very strong at being a preventative player up against somebody who really likes to get going.
Yeah.
If they can't make that headway, they have to really switch something up, and I don't think switching off of Vira will help that.
You're going to have to find a way to make BSG overextend in a way that you can punish. Okay, just stealing a turn, taking advantage of the slow normals and the reset. This may end up a little different. The cross up in the corner, 2-2U for the extension, and the side switch. I really like this route. This is what I was talking about, him being ready. He does things with intention. Even when he does something wild, it's because he has a plan for it.
Yeah, the additional crumple state on the 2-2U when you're in install allows you to get that side switch combo, so I do love that. To maintain position, but we exchange ultimate skills. Mine is a command grab, however, so we're going to win out through the dark game.
That was expensive for CharChar because he kind of needed that meter. Is going to get the extension. I think he can kill here. Yeah, he can do like HH, Raging Strike. Oh, the DP hit the combo limit, but it was barely enough.
Yep. I also like the fact that they were using that ultimate Darkane right there because of the multi-hitting move, ultimate move as well, to break through the armor of Voss if they were to go through anything that wasn't that command grab. But here we go. We're getting started with some stomps. Savage Rampage, catching the backdash from Vira as well. And this is a little bit what we saw in that first game.
Yeah, just catching CharChar, trying to move forward.
Oh, that's a soul read, brother. Oh, man. Oh, man, just sensing that he wanted to jump out, feeling the command grab, and just, I felt like he charged
you
that 2-8
ever get anti-aired so hard that the camera moves up with you?
I mean, that's a mountainous man, so if he's hitting you at the peak, like, it's going to be way up there. Oh, my goodness gracious. The counter hit allowing a little bit more.
Oh, that was a punishable spacing. Unfortunate to BC there. How I said that they buffed that stance sweep to be much safer. It is still -6.
All right, BC to get out of that +2 situation. Vaseraga doesn't like being put in that RPS machine. But there you go, the ultimate Darkane to
see a
bust
Raging
through the
Strike
armor.
here?
Would be shocked. I do note that CharChar has gone into the air after these jabs, trying to get the feel of the reversal command grab that successfully lands right there. BSG holding off at the exact right time.
Still a very doable match. If CharChar can get like a 5H into a 2-2H, but you're letting BSG walk for meter. We are not seeing the DP. He tried for a multi-hitting move, but not the right one. BSG going to keep it together, finish it off. Moving on in winners to top 24.
Yeah, and what's funny about that situation is I get CharChar backing off right there because they were just afraid of overextending into an armored move. But at the same time, the other end of that coin is you gave up screen space, so you had to make a decision up against the armor.
And BSG got probably 25 meters just holding forward in that situation. CharChar, you know, still alive, still on the loser side, so not out of the tournament yet, but gonna have to fight another battle to make top 24.
Yep, absolutely. Nothing that's impossible for him. He's already had some good top 8 appearances at majors. We'll see if he can get one here at this 5-star event at Combo. Hey, hold on now.
This is someone who Elsa played a lot, and this is a character who definitely could give Percival some trouble because one of the rare characters who in a lot of spacings has bigger normals than Percival.
Yep. And just a slow movement, not necessarily able to counteract a lot of this retooled version of Versusia, because if you're not familiar with where she was at launch, a lot of her stuff was tied to that heavy cooldown. And it wasn't necessarily meant to take up space, but it was just meant to really get her offense started. Now this new version has access to the medium cooldown for a lot of her skills, and a lot of those medium versions are meant to take up space and prevent a lot of movement from characters. And a character like Percival that has that slow lurching movement can really struggle in that aspect. However, you've mentioned the movement prowess that Kain has showed.
Kain moves on this character in ways that this character should not be able to move. I don't know how he does it, but I will say that Versusia, also a very good character at attacking at range, filling up the screen. That backdash also might not be as valuable because she has some very gigantic normals and might just be able to clip you out of it.
Yep. Let's see what the idea here is for Kain up against this Versusia from Elsa as we get underway with our match. Already trading a lot of neutral options, chunking a lot of plasma at each other.
All right, this should be a pretty healthy pickup in the corner. Are we going to do the ult pillar end? No, we're just going to take the stock. Wow, 5H. Okay, Kain is trying to send a message here.
Yeah, that is one normal that will have a plethora of range to counteract a lot of the stuff that Versusia wants to do. Backdash into the 5H right there. Anicha going to stop the movement, and so is the Samsara. There's just so many different ways to catch Kain from trying to do something. Oh, what? That
was safe? Ow. I don't know. I can't even fault Elsa. I think that was a great reaction, and I would not have known that that didn't work either.
Yeah, the recovery on the lore strike able to happen in time for the Cataclysm to not hit. So Kain living for a little bit longer and putting Versusia into the flame carpet, but deadly pillar.
Good choice picking the light pillar to keep it directly in front of her as well.
Absolutely.
I think that was kind of a dangerous choice. Something that Versusia players do run into a lot is trying to use her slower moves to poke out of the corner like 5H, and you see right there getting counter hit out of it instead of sticking with that 2M, 5M.
Yep. And that 2L as well. Very good range to Gatling into a full combo as well as Gatling into 5L because of the nature of her 5L not being in proximity. Very rewarding here, but big reward of keeping them in the corner underneath that flame carpet. Elsa trying to find a way out.
Yeah, and even though you took that right there, that worked out for Kain because a lot of damage came off with the old flame carpet. Good block, not following for that second low. Look how many lows she can do. This is why this character is a nightmare for Cat.
Yeah, 2L, 2U into the Nimbus. Cancel. Safe jump guessing game. This is a very, very important aspect of her pressure that a lot of characters and players can get caught by, especially if they want to stand up to take some, to retreat away from them.
No. The 4-frame throw beating out the slower command grab there.
Oh my gosh,
that should do it. Yeah, 5M. Always got to be wary about that. Anytime your back is to the wall, especially when she has the stock in order to make it safe, you have to know it's coming, and that is an unreactable special. You just have to wait until that timer is out or try to call it out with a neutral jump.
Yeah, shout out to KTP. I ran a long set against their Versusia, and I tried to check that Samsara many times, and yeah, like you said, that is just unreactable. You just got to be ready to deal with it when it's in that specific range. Here we go, Anicha cancel into the Celestial Dominion follow-up. Hard knockdown, but Kain fighting back and already has the life lead right back in his favor.
Just backs out, yeah. You can't roll that move on reaction. It's usually the way to deal with it, but Kain just wanted to get out of the situation while he had the advantage. Whoa! A very late air normal there for Kain. If that was an empty jump, that 2H probably would have whipped to do a punish.
Ooh, the far M check, though, into the flame carpet. Got a full extension right there to take some more health off of Versusia's life. Now the flame carpet standing between them or standing between them, looking for that same Nimbus guessing game, but just a little bit too far out on a crouching Percival to get the follow-up.
Any hit for Kain, but you got to be careful. Oh, didn't quite get there in time for the air unblockable.
And if we can get a Percival win here, I want to highlight what sets it up. But right now, Elsa fighting back.
Yeah.
Looking for the DP. No! Man, what a
Unfortunately,
dodge.
Kain did delay that DP just a little bit, but also delayed the dodge just a little bit more.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to highlight as we go we talk a lot about the spacing that Kain is trying to operate at, he's positioning himself to where he can get put. Oh no, that's just Versusia, baby. That's just what she does. But he's positioning himself to where he cannot let the Nimbus proc, so that in that Celestial Dominion follow-up, she can't force her offense as easily. So I do like the spacing that he's trying to play at, but Elsa has just been so oppressive otherwise. You saw it right there.
Yeah. Oh, chased it down though, got the counter hit close 5H. Are we going to spend an ult for a knockdown here? There it is.
Next hit will kill, and you are buffed as well, so you are your best self.
Whoa! There was that slight nerf to the 5L, but ends up not mattering. The chip able to close it out. Elsa moving on winner's side, Kain moving on to top 24 losers.
Yep, big Grin switching over to the big mama Versusia, helping her out, getting that 2-0 dub. So congratulations to them, moving on to the next stage of things. Versusia coming up instead of the Cagliostro. We were not expecting that, but she seemed to expect what to get out of that Percival matchup, and it worked out to her favor beautifully.
And up next, we're going to have Ktang and Tux coming up. So we're going to see Narmaya against Lowain. I'm trying to get an idea if this is a loser's side match or a winner's side. I mean, this is obviously a loser's side match. I just don't know if it's going to be to get out into top 24 or if there's another round. So we're going to take a moment, check the bracket. You guys take a moment, check out. A lot of fun playing. And people don't know, like, people know him as a Rising player. I don't. I know him as a Marvel 3 player when he was 13 years old.
Wow.
He's a young guy. He has well over a decade of fighting game experience. So you
got
cannot
pedigree.
Sleep on him. Absolutely. This is a guy who's been playing a bunch of games for a good number of years now. Tuck's going to be coming through on the Lowain. There have been so many Lowains in this bracket, and it makes it very dangerous because you just don't know exactly how each one's going to play. And even though you can know the counterplay to Lowain, you got to know which options the specific ones are going to use.
Yeah, we'll see what Tux has underway here. Already resorting to the
I got
flip
one
of the
too,
bird.
but
oh
no! Not as good of a parry, unfortunately.
Right,
good pickup here.
2H ender. How good are your fuzzies?
Good
enough.
Yep.
Wow, what a good reaction on the ultimate scam flash. Not going to be able to get out of the corner unless you flip out.
Unfortunate. Ktang, I think he's going to build the SBA here. I would spend it to get rid of, oh yeah, he's in SBA, so this is going to get rid of the DP as well. Creates a pretty tough situation here. Do you HBA for the invuln? But if you do, you risk kind of, you still can die in HBA. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Now it's Ktang's turn to block. Whoa, went for the, okay. I don't know if that's what he was looking for. Maybe a bit of a misinput. Went directly for the finisher at a punishable range.
Yeah, especially on Narmaya character, he can just jab check at that range and just get the full auto combo. So
and good recognition by Ktang to just do that.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I'm going to be curious to see what goes on in the headspace of Tux after that. But here we go, already feeling pretty good. Getting the parry up again, so successful with that tool so far.
If that would have been heavy cat bot and not light, he would have gotten the combo off of that parry because of the missiles.
All right, opting to go 2H into the HPA. Just pop the sparklers, get the party going.
This is kind of dangerous, though. You're popping it early. You're leaving the other person with a BP, with a 100-meter. SBA's on deck, but able to close it with the throw before anything dangerous can happen. One round apiece here.
Yeah, in the corner when they set up that L cat bot, it is still a very, very oppressive strike throw situation. Oh, a little bit of a cross of fate right there. Very weird situation to open things up, but Ktang just restoring things to the norm,
Yeah,
just going right back with the pokes.
Using the back throw to get that corner positioning. Good patience here for Ktang so far. Just flips out, and yeah, they're just kind of jockeying for corner position at the moment. This was an airborne starter, so the combo limit's going to be a little iffy. Ktang going to, take the restand and finish it on the ground. Not risk having someone fall out a little bit early.
Got to be careful about the HPA. Whoa, there you go. What a check right there. I was very scared to see if HBA or Iggy was going to come out now that we had the access to the 100 meter, but Tuck's not getting the chance. Ktang taking the first game.
All right, DPing, reversing the momentum early on, and again, Tuck's just not respecting the flip. That's the deal with flip. It's a very strong move. You either need to beat it in the air or you need to hold it. There's not really any kind of plan C there.
All right, back throw into the L cap bot, denying it, counter hit BC. Ktang just wants to get out of that situation. Again, that flip is doing a lot of work, man. It's beating them up like a rented mule right now.
Ktang tried to actually command dash through to get past the missiles, but it stopped before. Oh no!
You got okie doke.
Yeah.
You got okie doke.
That
happens
was a
to
big risk
everybody.
for Tux, but it paid off, and that's going to be the round.
Hey man, with Lowain sometimes
I
you gotta
got hit with
risk
that
it.
against Junior Junes. Like I'm not saying anything.
No, you got.
You're
look,
like, surely they won't do the punishable. They lose the round option.
Yeah, absolutely not. But you got to risk it to get the biscuit, especially with a character like Lowain, where sometimes that can just straight up be encouraged. But the steady game plan of Ktang has really been what's given them a stable advantage so far.
This is gonna hurt.
Especially that flip. That has given Tuck so many problems
This
in a
is not
variety
going
of
to
ways.
kill, but he is going to spend the SBA to create a nearly checkmate situation. Is he going to go for the safe jump even though the parry is there? He is, but yeah, exactly. Does the empty jump just to not risk getting parried.
Oh yeah, you're going to get a side switch combo here, I believe. But no, opting to just go for the corner carry to get himself a little bit more of a chance at life. But getting some tough draws on the food there.
Yeah,
not going
trying
to get a
to
lot.
eat to restore some of the meter that he spent. But like you said, just not good RNG, and that's the character. That's what you signed up for.
Ah, but here's the parfait, though. That'll get something happen. Get the gauge up, access to an ultimate skill, and you get to use it on a reversal right there. So
Yes,
Tug, there you go.
No refund on the DP.
Sure enough.
Did not have any meter available to really make anything happen. Ktang just pulling up short with the light Setsuna, not getting in mash range there on match point.
Yeah, just going straight to that flip, the thing that has gotten you so far and could potentially close out the set. Oh, what a clash right there. An incredible recognition right there to cancel the
Ktang
DP.
is one of the best at, when you clash, he just does the command dash DP and just gets out of the situation. He is very good at that. And he's still challenged there. That was brave.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous if Ktang decided to hit a button, and their button got denied with the light version of the parry. That's not something that you really see a lot. You usually see the heavy, but working out here for Tux, going for the bros ender, staying on the ground though.
Back
to go
throw
for the
though,
bro.
that was probably a misinput. Yeah, had to give up some of the mix opportunity for the safe jump.
Good blocks.
Playing it perfectly so far.
Wait.
I think he's trying to get the punish. Oh, just too far.
Oh, but
That's
the
not the
ultimate
punish,
stuff's
yeah.
not going to work either. So we're right back to normal. No meter between
Oh,
the two.
no.
Raging Strike anti-air, but not going to be able to convert anything off of that to make it kill.
He does have a crystal. Chip is an issue.
Oh,
man. Crazy end of that round. One game apiece. Tuck staying in it. Ktang just taking a moment, not locking in just yet. Taking a moment to think about it.
I don't know. If that was a scrambling situation, you wouldn't be able to tell by either of their competitors' faces. They are zoned in, locked in, and just cool, calm, and collected. But Ktang definitely going to take a moment to realize, like, you know, a lot of things really, a lot of things just happened.
I think as a hard rule, any round where the anti-air Raging Strike happens, you just take a moment to breathe after.
Yeah.
I think if you're the one who gets anti-aired by Raging Strike, just take a moment.
Oh no, I get absolutely incensed when that happens, especially if I'm doing it on like a throw bait and I still get anti-aired anywhere. I'm like, bro, are we kidding? Are we serious? But let's see if Ktang is going to be a serious contender for going further in this bracket if they get the winner side live. Already with good advantage, but the medium cat bot going to get Lowain some chances here.
BC and a lot of crystals away. Next touch is probably going to be the round here. Okay, good mash on the 2L. Nice timing on the Brave counter. I think he can anti-air with the M. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you get
This is an
caught
awkward
there.
combo, but honestly, this works out just to take away the BP. Yeah. You didn't really need to maximize damage there. There it is.
Oh, no, that's tough. Yeah, you got unchecked, unfortunately. This is still a very, or really a lot of mental stack too. So the last thing you're thinking about is
it's
a
a very
Raging
tough
Strike.
character. Even when it's an obvious position that the Raging Strike may come, he has so many options of things to throw on the screen, it makes it difficult.
Yeah, because think about it. He put out the bro, he did the throw bait, and then the last thing you're thinking about that whole time is just like, okay, he went for throw bait. The bros are out. Oh my God, Raging Strike just happened. All right, this time not by
good punish. We're not going to call that a Chicago punish because the back throw is actually the correct option there in order to switch the positioning.
All right, EBC to get us out of there. The bros being denied. Swift 6-6L from Narmaya.
Oh no, a little too far. I think he maybe wanted a different special. Might have wanted the 236 in the other stance in order to launch.
Ah, yeah. All right, good fuzzy right there. Opting to take the throw, but how many more can you take? Just one. HBA, this is, if you were already so good on it prior, but this is where you have to be sublime. Because Chip is now a factor.
Oh yeah, I just caught him with the stagger, and that's gonna do it. Tux moving on to top 24 losers. Ktang rather, falling just short. Tough break there.
Man, yeah, the HBA has ended a lot of tournament runs today, and especially in a circumstance like that where Chip is a factor, there is like quite literally zero margin for error on dodging every single skill so you don't get chipped out. And at the end, the early dodge got hit by the mid anyway, so tough stuff for Ktang, but congratulations to Tux making it further in the top 24.
Yeah, so again, so much Lowain representation. We thought that he had been calmed down this patch. Nope. Still Lowain's game.
Look, like, I know he did get some stuff altered here and there, and it can matter in the long run of things, but at the same time, the core game plan of the character is still very effective.
She can create a situation where it's like a 0, a -1 situation and still preempt a lot of buttons that a lot of characters can press.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I always have to deal with that 5L, 5M sort of Gatling against Charlotta and Biskit, I always think, okay, you know, the spacing's going to work out for me. I have my 7-frame 2M. I'm good. No, I'm not good because Charlotta can just check that. And I think it'll be very interesting to see if Biskit can get Artorias into that position. How well will Artorias be able to solid up defensively up against the impressive offense of Biskit? But let's go right here, Biskit Artorias, for our top 32 loser side match.
Yeah, Artorias starting off with the fireballs. That is notably one of the bigger issues that Charlotta has, especially before she has resources. She has to, even though she has a wacky jump, she does have to have a kind of honest way of getting through fireballs with the jumps. And Katalina medium fireball is so fast, very good at holding down the middle of the screen.
Ooh.
Big check.
Yeah, far L into
should be able to extend
fireball.
this, keep it easy. Gonna get 5L into 214H. Probably burn a Raging Strike, yes.
Yeah, a lot of things change about Kat, but what has not changed is the great corner carry that she can get on just a simple far light check. Really good stuff right there to end the round off of just the simplest of checks in the light button. And there's that medium fireball you're talking about.
And one of the characters who Kat can be kind of unique in that it's actually very often worth spending 100 meter in a B&B, even when you're not getting a full damage second ult fireball, just for the corner carry and the damage.
Yeah, because we see how strong her advantage state is in that corner. We're going to see a little bit of what we were talking about with Charlotta in that aspect. And look, going into the 5L, 2L,
yeah, definitely has to
tough.
Convert this to SVA. It might not kill, but either way, for the crystal situation, had to dial that out enough to kill either way. So we have one round apiece here.
There we go. Going for the demon flip. Ooh. And yeah, we've seen a couple of times the go-to anti-air for Artorias. They did get counter hit going for the 2H in the previous round. Now whipping on it this time around. We'll see if Biskit can take advantage of that. They are very good at manipulating their air approach because Charlotta has a lot of ways to do so, especially with the air stall on the demon flip follow-up.
There's that 5M we're talking about. Even though that was a situation where she was minus on block, it's such a fast button and covers good range, but dash light, beating out the startup of the old ball, going to take us back to the other corner. Artorias' turn to play.
I got a feeling ult VP is going to be on tap here if Biskit wants to find a way out, but they are being very stout defensively. Going to use the ult ball instead as Katalina tried to back up to play a little bit more of that extended Granblue zone range. Biskit going to get some time.
Ult ball is actually a pretty good approach against Kat too because oh, what a whip punish. This is what I'm talking about. The fundies are still there. Not going to invest a whole ton here. Yeah, going to set up for another hit. Oh, had the hit, but didn't believe in it. And the air grab.
Yep, because they caught them trying to jump out the first time, recognized that they were getting hit because they were holding up.
And you know the Charlotta players want to jump.
They want to jump, man. That's the character. We want out. We want in the air. That's us. We're Skyfarers for a reason, but we're checking the reason.
Oh, another counter hit right now. Artorias just taking this round off of counter hit jabs at the moment.
Yeah, just looking at that space, just backing off. It's just, what do you do as Charlotta in that instance? We've seen ult fall, but Katalina had access to 100 meters, so they could have reacted to the blue flash with a super or something. So Biskit really had to think about ways to get out of that corner, and Artorias backing up to saying, I'm commanding a lot of respect right now. You got to figure something out, otherwise I'm taking the round like that.
And just keeping it easy. Just do it. 5L2M. He just keeps the block string basic.
All right, ult ball, or heavy ball, I'd rather. Well, got the air hit with the 2M, still able to convert into a little bit more corner carry.
Yeah, didn't really buffer anything there because he wasn't sure if the 2M would combo after light wall since it was not a level 1 hit. And again, these counter hit jabs are kind of eating Biskit alive right now. The combo limit's going to be funky there. Yeah, just opposite ended easily, and this should do it. Yes, good recognition that he wasn't going to be in range for like a far 5 or close 5H. Keep it easy, do the quick 7-frame normal. Artorias moving on to losers top 24.
Yeah, you mentioned that Katalina definitely did have the advantage on paper, and even though Artorias not necessarily grinding the game the same way as he used to, the fundamentals on display really accentuated a lot of Catalina's strengths in that matchup. I can't say enough about that little sequence that they had when they were in the corner, when he just commanded so much respect. Didn't need to know anything about new Katalina, but just basically said, I know fighting games, and I know when my range that I can represent is something that you just can't deal with.
And you saw him backing off just like a little bit away from the corner, then coming back in with the 6XL, and that worked twice. He basically got the entire round off of interactions like that. So good stuff to Artorias, staying in the tournament. And coming up next, I